What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. We're recording this on April Fool's Day, and let me just say, if you're listening to this on Wednesday and you got yesterday, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens, all right? I told myself all weekend long, don't get got. Don't do it. I'm falling for things on social media left and right today, okay? I can't stop. I literally told myself before I went to bed, and when I woke up this morning, don't get got.
Well,
don't fall for it. And I've been falling for it.
Yeah, the worst is that then there are real things that happen and news that happens, but you're like, is this real? You question everything. Like, I just found myself questioning that ESPN posted a new rule for the NFL for regular season overtimes. And it's not like a crazy rule that they'd be like, the NFL changed. They'll all have to like hold hands when they kick for the, like, it's not something, it makes sense. But like still all the comments are like, wait, is this real or April Fool's?
It's hard. Like there should be no news on April Fool's Day. Yeah. I saw something about one of my favorite restaurants in London, Dishoom, opening up in New York City in 2026.
Oh, is that fake?
No. Oh. It's not. So that's another thing is that I thought maybe that was fake. Yeah. It's actually not fake. No, they're thinking about opening it up. And it wasn't like, if it was like, we are opening, like it was like, no, we're thinking about opening up. Like it's a genuine article about it. So it's real. And, but yet this excitement, but I'm
There's just so many things that are plausible.
You know what I hate? The fake breakup. Enough of the fake breakups on April Fool's. Yeah. Stop doing it to me. Because I'm sending it to my friends saying, oh my God, they broke up, and then getting to the last slide after sending it and going, no, they didn't. Never mind.
Well, you did it to me this morning.
I did. I even yelled at myself when I woke up not to fall for this shit. And I'm falling all over the place. I'm stumbling over every April Fool's joke that can find me.
Well, you're so worried about what you see online, and then you forget about real life too. You know, it's just a tough day.
It is a tough day. It's like, don't even speak to me today. Don't even fucking look in my direction on April Fool's Day, okay? Seriously. Keep your jokes and your fun to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, sometimes you just see, you get so disappointed.
I will say a good April Fool's joke, though.
Yeah.
You can appreciate. Like, if it's like really harmless and it's good, I will laugh. I will laugh. A prank, I'll laugh. Yeah. But otherwise, the bullshit, cut me out of that.
Right.
I saw they posted Hannah and Paige are going to go on the Tonight Show and Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
It's real.
That's real?
Yes. It's not April Fool's, I don't think.
That's just a tough
in my head, I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying, that you can't announce that on this day.
Why wouldn't they announce it tomorrow or yesterday? Why today?
Right.
But Hannah has been on Jimmy Fallon before, so I'm like, this has to be real. They got their book coming out very soon. It's got to be surrounding the book. It makes sense to me. That would be a cruel April Fool's joke.
I don't know. I think it might be.
It's an April Fool's joke? No, I think it's real.
I don't know.
Hannah posted on her story and was like, it's not a joke.
Oh. I'm getting mixed reviews.
I don't know what the joke would be.
That would be a
no. That's
very
what I'm saying. It's
joke.
like it's too cool to joke about.
And they all collabed. I don't see Paige collabing
right.
on a April Fool's joke.
Right.
Collab post.
I just would have posted this tomorrow.
Same. I would too. I was thinking about us fooling.
Because now it's like, imagine people are like, because I had the same thought. I was like, oh my God, that's so sick. And then I was like, wait a second, is the April Fool's? But you're right.
I had an idea for us to post that I was cast in the last season of Outer Banks. But then I thought no one would ever buy into that because Chase Stokes hates us.
No, they totally would.
So I don't think, I don't think people would have bought into it.
I think they would have.
Yeah, it's too late now.
I think that it is too late.
It's too late now. The moment has passed. It's too late.
Yeah.
But the jokes are crazy. So if you got, don't worry, I did too.
Well, wait. What did it say? What date did it say? Thursday,
April 10th.
April 10th. Oh,
it's not tonight.
Do they even announce their guests that far in advance?
I don't know.
I can only see.
I would bet my life that this is real.
I think it's real.
I also just saw that Dave said that he was asked to go on Fallon, but couldn't do it because of a scheduling conflict. So I feel like it's not crazy.
No, Hannah's been on before.
No,
yeah.
Still a big deal, though.
Nikki Glaser was just
it's so cool.
It's a huge deal. It's super cool. But I think people were like, wait, is this some sort of,
This is coming. I want to believe this is true because April Fool's Day seems so off-brand for Giggly Squad. Like, yeah, that's honestly very true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those days. Just one of those days.
Yep.
How are we feeling otherwise, gang, besides April Fool's Day?
Good. Pretty good. Fine.
Okay. It's getting lesser and lesser.
I have travel anxiety.
It's getting lesser and lesser as you keep talking.
I'm having travel anxiety for some reason.
I feel you.
About traveling this week.
I feel you.
Really no reason. But I just feel unprepared for things that we are doing.
Same.
And
I feel wildly unprepared. We're doing a whole photo shoot on Thursday and I don't think I have an outfit for it.
No. Nope. I don't. Me neither.
So you're gonna have to dig it up and do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We always do.
Yep.
I finished Daisy Jones and the Six last night. I don't feel like waiting until Monday to talk about it. I'm not going to lie because I just finished it last night. Here's the thing. I love rock and roll. I love anything about rock and roll. I love learning about, I love it. I just have to get that out there. This show was perfect for me. Felt like it was made for me. And I can't believe it took me this long to watch, although I'm glad I finally watched it. The ending. I thought I knew what happened. I didn't. So the ending kind of got me. Did Daisy and Billy end up together? Is that what that ending is? Or is it more just they're going to meet up again and write some music again?
Yeah,
or do they end up together? Is it kind of just let your mind wander?
Yeah. I always felt it as it being a very open-ended thing.
I didn't want them to be together.
Yeah.
So when he showed up at her door, people were saying to me oh my God, you're going to be bawling your eyes out at the very last second, da-da-da-da. I was like... Yeah. I wasn't rooting for them to be together really at any point during the show or anything. A lot of
people did.
No, I know people were rooting for them. I'm giving my opinion. Yeah. I was not rooting for them to be together actually at all.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if the book here's my problem is I forget things so easily, especially with books too. Mm-hmm. A book will be in my mind for 2 weeks. After that, I basically have to reread the whole thing. I can't remember if the book and the show have
different
endings.
Well, in the show, Camilla says, she was fantastic.
Yeah, she was really good.
Wow, yeah. She was really good in this show.
Yep.
I said it on Monday, but I thought she just had a small little part. It was no small role. That was a big role. And she was really good. And she says, tell your dad, because Julia is, the one filming this documentary. She's like, tell your dad to call Daisy and tell Daisy to answer.
Right.
And then it's Billy showing up at the door and Daisy answering the door. And
it is the same.
And I guess you leave it up to your imagination as to what happens. Do they just begin writing again? Do they fall in love? But
yeah, I think it's
watching the show, I didn't. I wasn't oh my God, Billy and Daisy need to be together. That's not how I felt while watching it.
That's fair. That's very fair.
It makes for the TV show, obviously. The oh my God, is this going to happen type of thing. But I just really don't like Billy. Yeah. So that'll do it. That was part of it.
That'll do it.
And maybe I would feel differently reading the book.
Yeah.
I think I probably would. But watching the show, that's how I felt. But great show, A overall. I know I'm early grading here, but
yeah,
it is a show.
It is,
and I wish there was more. I wish there was more. Another book, another season, but there's not. So I'll have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's just sadly, and there was rumors that they were going to do a tour. That just didn't happen.
That would. Oh my God, I'd still be there. The soundtrack is.
You might have missed it.
The soundtrack is so good. I know I might have missed it.
The tour might have come and gone already by the time you watched.
But now if they do it, if they pick
I don't. They won't. They said, I don't think they'll ever do it.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Well, then I went down a whole rabbit hole of filming and how they were supposed to film during COVID. They got shut down 1 week before production. Then they had to pick it back up in 2022. Came out 2023. I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. I don't know if it was a scheduling thing or what, but there was rampant rumors of some sort of tour when the show ended, and then it just died, and then the cast was like, it doesn't seem like it's happening.
Baby, baby, baby.
Yeah, which would have been.
Yeah, that's some good music.
Ooh. Yep.
And then I went down a whole rabbit hole of reading so much about Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
which I thought I knew, but then you think you know until you do more of a deep dive
so
and you
much
just
more.
learn so much more.
Yeah.
Miniskirts are having a major moment. At JonasCon, I wore the Scarlet Skirt from Abercrombie. Absolutely loved it. And the A&F Scarlet Skirt is their best seller. It's the classic silhouette, and it goes with any top and any plan. So you could dress it down, you could dress it up, you could wear it with sneakers, you could wear it with boots, really anything you want. The new A&F Sienna Skirt is flirty and feminine, and it has main character and a rom-com energy, which we are all trying to channel. Maybe you're prepping for summer trips. You could check out the new textured pieces from Abercrombie. Also, lots of dresses. I just ordered a ton of cute dresses for the summer from Abercrombie that I cannot wait to get, and they are beach vacation ready. And right now, I'm actually wearing the YPB Active Wear line from Abercrombie. I love these leggings, this sports bra I'm wearing. So comfortable. I feel, the sports bra has great support. The leggings, super comfortable, flexible. It's great. I love their YPB Active Wear. Love it. You could try it all. They have so many different colors, sports bras, tanks, whatever you want to try. And they have new pieces dropping on Abercrombie every single week. So head out in Abercrombie and shop their newest arrivals online, in store, in the app. So I'm in my wanting to start
it goes real deep.
a girl band phase again that I went through in 7th grade for one weekend.
That's the best.
When I watched Runaways for the first time with Kristen Stewart and Dakota Fanning, I was like, duh, I'm starting an all-girl band.
Right.
Obviously.
Like full Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, or the Runaways.
Yeah.
And I was like, duh, and that lasted for like a weekend. I realized I had no talent whatsoever. I'm, not musical. I have no singing voice, no capability, no instrumental value, none of that. So
you could have. Did you ever try to play an instrument?
I asked my parents. They said no.
Oh.
They didn't let me play an instrument, which
crazy.
Is odd because usually parents try to,
they're like, okay, yeah,
prop their kids up
here's
to
a violin, give it a
play
whirl.
Instruments and do those things. I was told no.
Damn.
No instruments.
Damn.
Yeah.
They said we don't see that for you.
Yeah, they're like, listen, honey, you're either gonna be a failed child actress and model or nothing.
Damn.
That's it. I mean, I did sports, but softball and cheerleading. One time, I wanted to play soccer. Got shut down. No soccer.
A lot of running.
Yeah, they were like, we don't. I think they saw me for who I was.
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't actually want to play soccer. Like, I probably watched a movie.
Right.
And I probably, this is where the acting, this is where the acting thing came in, though. I probably watched, like, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Right.
And
saw her dribbling that soccer ball down the beach.
Saw some soccer.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, I want to play soccer. And they were like, no, you don't.
Yep.
You want to be an actress. You want to act like you're playing soccer.
Right.
You don't actually want to play soccer.
Right.
My friend, though, played, what was it, one of those big ones? Not a trumpet. Maybe it was a saxophone.
Saxophone.
I think it was a saxophone.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on. Like, let me get an instrument. We can be in the band together. Yeah. All I got was a dinky little recorder.
Yeah. Oh, which is...
Everyone had to. Everyone had to play the recorder.
Everyone had to.
I was in chorus,
Third grade recorder. Yeah. That was a rite of passage.
I was in chorus, though, for a little bit. Willingly. I was allowed to be in chorus.
Okay.
I think that my parents, if I could take a guess, didn't want the instruments in the home. If I had to make a guess, they were probably like, we ain't listening to her trying to play the saxophone in here.
Yep.
Youngest child,
right?
We're done.
We're not giving her a clarinet. That's not happening.
What we are almost done parenting at this point.
Did your siblings ever try instruments?
Oh, they did everything.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
My brother had a guitar. My brother had piano.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So that's why.
My brother was musical.
Yeah.
He
and you probably gave up everything, and then your parents were like, "We're not even gonna let Rhea try."
My sister played every fucking sport.
Yeah,
she played everything.
Yeah.
Once they got to me, they said, "We're about done parenting. You get one thing, kid."
Yeah.
And we're running with that.
Right.
And that's it.
Yep.
So that's what they did. We really honed in on the,
my mom
the
still, when we like walk by a piano, she looks at me. She looks at the piano. She's like, "You think you could just, tickle
the keys?
You think you just sit down and play a little something?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Mom, no. Like it's not gone.
Yeah.
But it's not there." Like,
but you could pay. Maybe it would come to you, the rhythm. Once again.
it would. And she's like, "How long do you think you have to sit down for it to?" I'd be like, "I don't know, a few hours, like a couple days.
Come back.
Like, it'll come back for sure." I took piano lessons from like second grade to high school. Like it's a lot of.
That's first kid. Yeah, that's first kid syndrome.
No, it totally is. And my mom's like, she's like, oh, don't you if you just stuck with it. Every time we see like a piano player, so somebody's like some cool chick's playing the keys somewhere. She's like,
you could have been a modern day Stevie Wonder.
Could have been you. Could have been you.
Yeah.
The keyboardist in Mount Joy is this girl, Jackie. She's so cool. And every time my mom's like, look at her. I'm like, yeah, wow.
Like Karen in Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah.
Suki Waterhouse. She's tickling those keys.
She sure is.
It could have been you.
She sure is. I got a good stretch.
Yeah.
On my hands. I got a good.
You got long fingers, able to do that.
Yep.
Hey, maybe you'll pick it back up in your older age.
Definitely. It's definitely
like a hobby.
To do.
Keep your fingers going. Make sure you don't get carpal tunnel.
Yep. Let it go.
Stretch them out a
little bit.
Let it
fly.
Noah, did you ever play any instruments?
Oh, yeah, I did. Well, first I was, I had to play trumpet in elementary school when you had to play an instrument.
Yeah, you had to, yeah.
Oh, it was, oh my God, I forgot about this. This is such a sad thing. I really wanted to play drums, and for the drums was the only instrument that you had to audition for. So I went into this room with whoever the teacher was. It was just me. They did it one by one, and she was just like, can you hold or it was whatever, hold a beat or do a beat with your hands so whatever I did. And then after I did it, she goes, Noah, you're okay if you don't get it, right? If you're not gonna play drums, you're okay. It's yeah, I guess, but I really wanted to. And obviously, when she said that, I knew that I wasn't going to get it. So then I had to play trumpet. And trumpet,
So you were just offbeat?
I guess so. I guess so. Which I think now, I would love a second try at that. Maybe if I could go back to elementary school. Yeah. And then the trumpet, I remember the teacher was really mean. And there were kids crying during trumpet class. I don't know how long I lasted. Not that long. And then in middle school, I was in chorus. But I took guitar lessons for a long time.
Yeah, so did my brother.
I could see you as a guitar guy.
But back then, I wasn't into it. Now I appreciate the art.
Yeah,
and, real guitars.
We have a guitar in our apartment that does not. It's Joe's guitar.
It always happens though when you look back when you were younger and you thought you were not too cool for something, but you weren't so interested, and you're like, damn, I wish I just was a little bit more interested at that time. I really probably could have made something out of that.
They'd give me homework every week, and then the following week we'd practice. You'd be like, you didn't do anything.
Yeah,
you
didn't clearly you didn't practice.
I'd be dreading it, and then
I
actually was forced.
The instrument homework was always.
I had to be in a band.
I wouldn't know. I can't relate.
I was in a band, a band, the school band in middle school.
Oh.
And I don't know if I've ever said this publicly, but
playing the guitar.
Playing the guitar, but little did they know. I wasn't playing the guitar. We'd have these gigs where they'd have the whole middle school class and we'd be the band. I would turn my volume all the way off on my guitar and just air. The guy had to know, the leader, the teacher who was in charge of the band.
Yeah, because there's no guitar in the song.
I think there might have been another guitar player who knew what he was doing. But I remember there was one.
Because as I said, that's drastically noticeable when there's no sound coming from the guitar. There must have been other guitar players.
In my head, though, I was I'm playing this off, no one knows. And then there was one practice where the teacher was like, Noah, I'm thinking we do a guitar solo for you on this song. And I was like, I'm good. I don't think we need to do that.
Nah, I don't really feel like it.
Yeah.
How did people in the middle school act towards the band? Were they like, oh my God, you guys are in the band?
Definitely not. I don't think anyone cared or knew.
Did you guys have talent shows?
Yeah. We did. I did it with multiple years. 1 year maybe the piano. 1 year me and my friends did a dance.
Yeah, same.
To one of the songs from Freaky Friday.
Oh wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
One of ours was Panic at the Disco.
I think Ultimate we did. Yeah. Claire actually texted me the other day. I was crying laughing because she was like, I was trying to explain to my friends about how in elementary school, I mean, our school was kindergarten, 8th grade, and we stayed kindergarten, 8th grade, that you could have these passes because it was Catholic school. We all were in a uniform. That you had these passes that were called nut cards.
Oh yeah.
And
we had those too.
You had those too?
Yes.
And I was crying. And Claire was like, all my friends are dying laughing, being like, oh my God, nobody like made a joke about the nut cards. And we were like, no. Literally, no. I don't know if it was just like, it was just not a joke.
No uniform today.
Didn't know about that joke or like if it wasn't like a thing kids were saying. I don't think
you didn't see that as a kid.
Yeah.
Just no uniform
today. Just a no uniform today card.
Yeah.
And you just had your nut card.
That was sick.
And they were like
getting a nut card. Winning a nut card was fucking sick.
Yeah. And deciding what day you were going to use the nut card.
You were going to pop off.
And I can't believe they called them nut cards.
Crazy. Yeah, I never even put 2 and 2 together.
I never thought about it either until she texted me. I was like, oh my God.
Listen, as a little kid, I'm glad I didn't think of it like that.
No, I know. But even like in middle school.
No.
Like Claire... Me and Claire were trying to decide if some of the boys in middle school like made it a joke and we just were like naive little girls that like didn't pick up on it.
I don't remember.
Like, we may have to ask them.
I don't remember any boys using the word nut as a I feel like
thing. I feel like it's a younger kid now thing.
I don't know. Like I don't remember anyone ever being like, "Yo, I nutted." Like never.
Yeah.
Never was that like a joke that was like being said out loud or anything.
Yeah, but
maybe not around us.
I'm saying were the boys laughing about it and we didn't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they were.
I know.
Yo, I'm going to nut today.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's making me uncomfortable thinking about that.
Yeah, it was literally like you'd hand your nut card to the teacher.
Yeah.
And then you'd get to be in normal clothes for the day, which honestly you were so excited about, but realistically not that cool because everyone else is in their uniform and you're just like in your outfit.
It drew a lot of attention.
Yeah, it did.
You know?
It did.
And you kind of had to pop off. I went through a phase.
Or when you did you guys have sneaker passes? We had sneaker passes too. Where it was like on days then you could wear your sneakers with your uniform.
No, we didn't get those. Loafers only.
Yep. Hey, Chicks in the Office listeners. I know you have heard us talk about Rhoback before, and we are loving everything that Rhoback is putting out. As much as we all want spring to be here, it's up and down in New York. It really is. One day it's hot, one day it's cold. The wind's blowing and you're freezing, and then the next second the sun's out and you're hot. So you want stuff that can really help you in that transitional period. Rhoback has you covered. Their tempo set is the perfect transitional outfit between seasons. In the cold weather times, you can layer it under your big jacket, and then the spring you can wear it over your workout sets. The material is so soft, making it a go-to outfit for really all occasions, whether it's running errands, going to the gym, sitting on the couch, watching TV. It covers all the bases. And then as the weather warms up, Rhoback still has you covered. I'm already picturing myself in their sunrise shorts while I'm outside doing my hot girl walks and getting those steps in and all those great moments when the sun finally comes out and it gets warm. They come in so many fun colors: hot pink, light blue, and green, and it's just in addition to your neutrals. So whether you're training for a marathon or you're a strictly 10-3-30 gal, these shorts will get the job done and you'll look cute while doing it. Lastly, Rhoback will be launching their Sydney Skort at the end of the month. The new Skort is high rise. It has a ribbed waistband that just snatches the torso, which is so great. It's a perfect fun, flirty, and flowy silhouette. Make sure to check back at Rhoback when it drops. You can use the code CHICKS on Rhoback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. Use the code CHICKS on Rhoback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week.
I went through a phase where every dress down day, I wore the same outfit.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I was like, this is my fucking nut card day outfit.
Yeah. You basically made a uniform for the dress down day.
I did. I did openly. I'm getting like uncomfortable.
Which is interesting because there's not that many dress down days, so it's like
One was, I had two.
Yeah.
One was a Free People shirt that I stole from my sister.
Yeah.
It was really pretty. It was like white, like kind of lacy, but tank top underneath sort of thing.
Yep.
And then the other one was a t-shirt I made that said Italia on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That one hit the rotation a couple times. Yeah.
I had an Abercrombie
Just
t-shirt.
in case everybody wanted to know,
you were Italian.
In 7th grade, I'm fucking Italian. Just in case you forgot. I told everybody. I made sure everybody knew.
I had a Abercrombie brown shirt that I wore all the time that said like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something along the lines of like brunettes. You know, it was always like blondes have more fun, but it was something about like just brunettes like being better. It was just like this brown t-shirt.
Classic, the Abercrombie.
Graphic tee. A lot of Delia's t-shirts.
Yeah. The classic Abercrombie brown leggings with the denim skirt and a little t-shirt on top. That went hard.
Yep.
When you went up in math class, up to the board to write your answer.
Yeah.
And you were rocking one of those fits.
Yep.
It was a good day.
Yeah. That it was. But yeah, I really had a good laugh thinking about how and I was like, do they still call them nut carts? Do you think?
I don't know. We'll have to inquire.
Yeah.
Somebody out there knows.
Yeah. If your kid has gone to Catholic school recently.
Well, because you would think the adults would have named it something different.
Right.
At the time.
I mean, yeah, you just go no uniform today.
They knew what nut meant.
Yeah.
They could have just called it DDD, but then you get the triple D.
Yeah, triple D, yeah.
Hey, diners, drive-ins, and dives, though.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Keep it clean.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. All right, well, time to get into the topics.
It's a trip down memory lane.
It is. It is a trip down memory lane and a trip down the things I didn't get to do as a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
it's never too late
for you. It is never too late to learn an instrument.
It's too late now.
It really isn't.
I think a lot of people.
I will say it really isn't.
40s,
Shout out to my aunt and uncle. They've both like picked up instruments and like play with their friends like out in bars in New York.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think though, like right now, no, but like maybe in my 40s and 50s.
That's fair.
You know, like right now.
What would be like the one you want to learn?
Ooh, good question. How much time do we have?
Well,
I don't know. I don't have a strong desire.
You can't learn how to sing.
No, but only if. I don't have a strong desire to play an instrument now. That's why, like, you know, if I'm being honest.
My thing is, it's like I listen to John Mayer or whoever, and I'm like, God, like I just pretend that I wish I could be him and like be as good as him. Mm-hmm. But I know that like I could practice for 10 straight years and I won't be a quarter as good as him. So it's like I'm not gonna have fun if I'm not good.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're that. It brings you joy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes sitting down, no matter how good or bad you are, it's a peaceful moment. It's a time for yourself. People love that little escape.
Yeah, probably
sitting down and playing their instrument, regardless their love of music. Not, there's only so many John Mayers out there in the world. So,
Preach. Right.
Yeah,
so true. Yeah.
Would you ever learn a new language for fun?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
That's it. That is very hard though. But I would love to do it, and then go. You have to really immerse yourself in the.
Mm-hmm.
Like learn a new language and then just like move to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of pissed because, number one, taking Spanish for as long as I did and not being very good at it is it's just disappointing. Like I'm disappointed in myself.
I think a lot of people feel
that way. Like you go through all these years in school from 5th through 12th grade learning Spanish.
I took Spanish 10 times.
I would say I can understand some things, but I would like to be able to speak it better than I can because of how long we studied it.
Yep.
And then on top of that, my mom speaks fluent Italian and didn't teach any of us. So that I'm disappointed in too. It's like you didn't want to pass along any of that. Well, I mean, she speaks Sicilian, which is whatever, but same thing. Not the same thing, but you get what I mean. I'm like, so you didn't want to, you know?
I'd be annoyed by that too.
I'm like,
be like, come on.
You didn't want to give us anything?
You didn't want to make me bilingual?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. So fair.
But I think, learning to speak a language is really cool.
Yeah.
If you can fully do it.
Totally.
All right, let's get into the rest of the show. We're going to be talking about, strange stuff going on. Reign Disick cleared up that Justin Bieber is not his father.
He's 10 years old.
That's a real headline that I just read. Glen Powell's mom clears up that Sydney Sweeney and Glen are not dating. She's just a really good friend. And Sydney and her really good friend. Really good friend. And the Beatles cast has been announced. I think it's pretty spot on. And we have the Popcorner. So let's get into the topics.
I have tried a ton of different mattresses through the years, whether it was, being in college or my first apartment where I just used some random mattress that who knows where it even came from, honestly. But when Joe and I moved in together, we said we need a great mattress. We wanted a king size bed. We wanted to feel comfortable. We went with the Helix mattress. We have the Midnight Luxe mattress. Oh my God. I rave about this mattress all the time. It is so great for, really an in-between sleeper. Sometimes I'm a side sleeper. Sometimes I'm on my back. It changes, but I love the support that the Midnight Luxe mattress gives me. I've had that mattress for now going on 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, about 4 years. And it's so great. I've never had any complaints about it, really. I've had it going in my apartment. I've recommended it to all my friends when they're looking for a new mattress. It's such an upgrade from the old Sleep. Feels luxurious. It's always that exciting factor that makes me even more excited at the end of the night when it's like, oh, it's time to go to bed, get all cozy. It's just such a comfortable mattress. So you go to helixsleep.com/chicks for 20% off site-wide. That's Helix, HELIX, sleep.com/chicks for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/chicks.
So this headline was everywhere. Reign Disick was on Instagram Live and cleared up that Justin Bieber is not his father. Now, if you've been on the internet as deep as we are often, you would see that in prior years, people would always, joke around like, wow, Reign Disick really looks like Justin Bieber. Is Justin Bieber Reign Disick's dad?
Yeah.
Oh, remember when Kourtney and Justin had that little rendezvous? Did they ever hook up? It's about that time. Seems like Justin could be Reign Disick's father. I guess Reign Disick, who's 10 years old, saw this and saw the people commenting, and he decided to clear it up on Instagram Live, and he was like, Scotty, talking about how Scott Disick's his father, Kourtney Kardashian, his mother, would never do something like that. He started saying that Justin Bieber was 16 at the time. Not true. Justin was like 21 or whatever at the time, but that's besides the point. The fact that Reign Disick is on Instagram Live even talking about can you imagine?
Well, he was on it. It was... And I'm sure he got a stir, it was Alabama's boyfriend's Instagram Live.
That's what I'm saying. But can you imagine getting off that Instagram Live? Can you imagine the conversation that went down in that house?
Yeah.
With Kourtney and her kids?
Right.
Somebody's got to save these kids in some capacity from the internet.
I think, not that they have...
Bad baby.
Yeah, there's some different... I feel like there's some different parenting with how Kourtney's kids have been, Travis's kids. Travis a little looser, Alabama's out here doing whatever she wants to do. It's a whole nother topic.
Mm-hmm.
But they're clearly in the house, and her Alabama's boyfriend is on Instagram Live, so it's just like Reign pops in and they're looking at what people are saying, and they're talking, and they're doing all these things. And he said, yeah, not his dad. I don't know how old my mom was, but I think Justin Bieber was 16 when I got born. Yeah, I don't think my mom would do that.
When I got born.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I mean, he's 10 years old. I don't know why.
He's 10 years old.
I don't know why I'm picking that apart.
What? How does he even know what that is? He's like, my mom wouldn't do that. Oh, your mom wouldn't sleep with Justin Bieber?
Right. What? Or no, my mom would never sleep with Justin Bieber.
Only because he was 16.
He's 10 years old.
This is just insane. They need to be shielded from the internet. And we honestly haven't even talked about what's going on with Kim and Kanye and North and the whole thing, because Kanye is such a piece of shit that we don't even talking about it.
Yeah.
But I am worried about these kids, and increasingly the 10-year-old Reign Disick should not be on Alabama Barker's boyfriend's Instagram Live talking about whether or not his mom fooled around with Justin Bieber.
No, I have a feeling that these headlines today really gave them quite the headache, where Kourtney may have had to have a conversation with the children who are, older, Alabama, let's not let that happen.
Yeah, let's not. He's reading the comments and it's like Justin Bieber's your dad.
Your real dad.
And he's like, imagine he's like Justin Bieber. No, guys, Justin's not my dad.
Scotty D.
Like, what? Speaking, and by the way, I'm not,
like, you're in trouble, Scooter. You're in trouble. You're grounded from being at the Kardashian Barker household.
You are. And I hate that I'm bringing this up again, but Justin Bieber has to stop sharing memes to his Instagram story that have to do with fighting with his bae. Okay? He's consistently sharing like memes that right now in this climate, with the Haley thing, you would think, I'm not going to share this on my story. Today he posted one. It's a video of a guy, like, and it said like, now I'm just going to pull it up because I don't want to butcher this.
Yeah.
But this is like the third one in the past 2 weeks where you're like, why are you sharing this on your story just so people can pick apart your relationship more?
Right.
It's a video and it says me acting nonchalant after an argument to make bae more mad. And then it's just like a guy like joking around and you can hear a girl screaming. So he's like, I like to make bae more mad.
Right.
Like, and then he shared
I
this
will say
other
he
one.
does definitely seem like that type.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he's definitely the guy that like gets into an argument and then just like keeps the joke going like way too long and finds it funny.
And it's not funny.
And she's just getting more and more upset, being like, stop laughing. It's not funny, but he can't stop laughing.
Right, like he's a kid in school.
Yeah.
And then he shared one, are you a boob guy or a butt guy? And then it's like, nah, I'm a hat guy. I like when my woman has a big hat. Like, I'm like, what are these memes and videos?
I don't know. We have no explanation for it.
But he loves Reels. He loves Instagram Reels.
He does.
He does is share them on
Reels.
He is on Reels all day.
He's scrolling Reels big time.
I sent you guys a picture last night, and I was like, yep, this was me when I smoked 3 backwood blunts a day.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, I don't know, because he does post, like, weed a lot. Like, he does post that he smokes. I'm like, is he just high as fuck and on Reels all day long? That
and
could
just laughing.
And just laughing.
Yeah.
Like, that could possibly be it too.
I think so.
He's spamming everybody. He's got a backwoods in his hand and he's got Jack in the other and he's just like scrolling Reels.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That doesn't sound great.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But, we don't know what's going on. So. Moving on. Glen Powell and Sydney Sweeney, obviously, we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
Sydney
seems official, apparently.
Yes, Sydney and her ex-fiance now, after 7 years, have split. They're donezo. Apparently, they've been split since January, actually. But Glen Powell's mom stepped in.
Yeah, this is just an unreal quote. I don't know how she was talking to the Daily Mail, but she was talking to the Daily Mail. Cindy told the Daily Mail they're definitely not together. And she said that we love Sydney. We've considered her just a really, really good friend. We all were together so much, and we haven't seen her in a long time. She's really a friend, and we all enjoy her. She called the romance rumors silly. There's nothing going on behind closed doors, before, praising how lovely Glen is. He's the kindest person. Loves his family, loves his friends. Sydney's a friend. They've been friends for so long. They've known each other for so long. They've been both single and together with other people. So, yeah. Nothing like your mom coming to the rescue. Thanks, Mom.
She had to step in and mention really good friends.
Really good friends. And I really do believe this.
I do too.
I really do believe this.
I think it's sort of
I do think he is a really great friend.
Saying.
I do think he is a really great friend. And yeah, I think like they made that movie together. There was ups, downs all around the family, so close. Take Sydney in, do all these things. And they were just like, nothing was weird about her being at the wedding at all because she's been invited from the beginning in the first place.
She was always meant to be there.
She was always supposed to be there. So, very good friends. And I do see that. Glen just has a lot of friends.
He does. And
he is a really nice guy.
Nice, friendly guy.
Really nice guy.
And, I just prayed.
I'm under a spell.
Yeah, and I just prayed to the high heavens that he didn't see, what we posted on our Instagram about him and Sydney the other day.
Yeah.
I thought, oh goodness, he follows
I did say
us.
that.
He'd probably have a chuckle. He has a sense of humor.
He does have a sense of humor, but
he does,
but
it's something.
I wasn't proud of what I said.
It does, but it's different than just being like, hey, like you just see.
I double checked with you multiple times,
and it's not like a straight. It's not like we're.
I said yes. I wasn't proud of it, but I wasn't gonna let I don't want to hold back the content.
Yeah, we're also like not strangers to him, so it's not like he's like seeing that and being like, oh, that's like funny. It's like a stranger. He's like, oh, okay, Bria.
Yeah, like ooh.
Yeah.
Remember we had that FaceTime and
Yeah.
When we go way back.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Yeah. I did see some conversation about the dress that Sydney wore, which I thought she looked gorgeous, and people were like, "Is this light blue too close to white?" And I'm like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
What?
Light blue can be tough, I will say.
But in photograph, but like in
photograph,
in real
person,
life,
it's
like
always
the blue
more blue.
It's always blue.
Yeah.
I think if the photograph gets blown out, it could maybe. But I thought it looked blue.
Yep.
I didn't think it looked white.
Yep.
I
agree. I saw a TikTok that really, and people were like, "Is this rage bait?" And all the comments were like, "Is this rage bait?" Because the girl was like, "Help me pick out a dress for a wedding," and she had like 3 dresses. One was objectively not cute.
Mm-hmm.
One was, she's like, "It's this beautiful light blue." It was like white, like it translated, especially on video, like it translated to white.
Yeah.
And then the other one was like a light yellow that also really looked white.
Mm-hmm.
And all the comments were like, is this girl joking?
Right. If it looks like white on camera, you should probably stay away from it.
Yeah.
But I thought that hers looked blue. I didn't think twice.
I thought
was
it
like,
did
that
too.
looks blue to me.
And a lot of people use blues in their wedding parties and stuff, like light blues and different blues. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're just really, really good friends.
Really good friends.
Really, really good friends. Who says you need a reason to get jewelry? Today is as good an excuse as any to gift yourself that piece of jewelry you've always wanted. At Blue Nile, you'll find thousands of independently graded diamonds and fine jewelry pieces at prices below your expectations. Peace of mind comes with every Blue Nile purchase thanks to some of the highest quality standards in the jewelry industry. I love jewelry. I feel like jewelry comes with a ton of memories, significance. There's so much meaning behind jewelry. Or you could just get fun pieces that you like to style, throw on, whatever. I think there's always a story behind jewelry, and Blue Nile has that for you. You can inject your classic taste by building your own diamond pendant or serve up brilliant style in a classic tennis bracelet. You cannot go wrong with a classic tennis bracelet. So if you want to learn more about a particular piece, Blue Nile's jewelry experts are waiting 24/7 via phone or chat. Experience the ease and convenience of shopping Blue Nile, the original online jeweler. Go to BlueNile.com today. That's BlueNile.com. And then the last topic, the Beatles cast was announced. And let me tell you, I'm thinking pretty spot on for this casting.
It was really incredibly well done.
Right. I mean, we posted the pictures on Instagram, and you could see the side by side. But you have Harris Dickinson as John Lennon.
Yep.
Thought that one was, I think they're all accurate, so you're going to hear me say it. But then you have Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney. Barry Keoghan, or Keoghan, whatever, as Ringo Starr. I thought that one was spot on. I was like, oh, wow. I never noticed.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
Same nose on those two.
Yeah. And eyes.
Yeah.
I never really noticed the similarities.
The whole face.
Yeah, the whole face, really. And then Joseph Quinn as George Harrison.
Yeah.
This is quite the group. If you want to get people talking about the Beatles biopic, you're going to have people talking about this. Now, this is a 4-film event released in April 2028. So, wow. That's a long time to go.
Yeah, no, that's certainly far away.
4 movies.
But they do have to make 4 movies, and they're all coming out at the same time, which is really interesting.
It's the first bingeable movie.
Yeah. It's like you can you can go in and say, hey, I'm kind of in the mood for the Paul Ringo doubleheader, and then I'll come back tomorrow for the George
that
John
Netflix
Lennon
show where they were like, you can watch it in any order, and like
each
order will be like, I feel like that's like, who do you start with? You start with John.
I don't know.
Well, they're all going to be in each in the movie.
Know.
Like they're all going to be in each movie, right? Like
I have to be. Actually, I don't know.
Like, I think they would have to be.
Yeah.
But
each of the 4 movies is going to focus on one of them.
I know, but I don't know if
it's their time as the Beatles.
Is that definitely what it is? Like it's not like John Lennon growing up.
No, I think it's their time, which I love. I actually love. It's just like you focus on each one. I think that's sick.
Poor Ringo, he's going to be last for everyone's.
I think that this is going to be quite an event, and if they want people talking about it, then they casted. And people are hating on this cast. I don't know why. People are hating on it a lot.
I feel like this is perfect, and it's like every young, like these guys are all very in demand. These 4 guys.
I thought so too. But I was talking to Robbie about this, and he was like, "Yeah, people hate this casting. They wanted like unknown, whatever."
But most of them, none of like Harris Dickinson isn't like an insanely giant name. Like he's a great actor.
No, and I mean, I feel like Joseph Quinn hasn't really had a massive moment.
But
either
I think
Barry Keoghan's like the biggest name.
Yeah,
Paul Mescal.
I'd probably go
Paul Mescal. Yeah.
Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal.
But I think this is fantastic. I can't wait for this. I mean, 2028. It's a long time from now, but I'm excited.
And no, it's going to be really exciting. It's directed by Sam Mendes. I think it's going to be, really, really impressive. Like you said, surprisingly, their plans to make 4 films, 1 for each member of the famed band, were first announced last year. I mean, they're literally calling it a Beatles biopic. Like it has to be when they're in the Beatles. That would be wild if it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, but it could have been like a biopic where it's like starts as a young, like a full spectrum, like.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have enough time to do
that. Mendes claims that Sony film boss Tom Rothman called the projects the first bingeable theatrical experience. That's what you just said. They took after hitting the stage, they did this in Vegas they announced this at some CinemaCon in Vegas. After hitting the stage, all 4 actors recited lyrics from the band song Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and then took a Beatles-style
one of my chorus songs.
synchronized bow. The movie's news closed out Sony's presentation with a true mic drop moment that left the auditorium stunned by the release date news, and then, of course, by the surprise visits from the 4 stars. You have to match the boldness of the idea with the bold release strategy, Rothman told The Hollywood Reporter last year about the project that earned the Oscar-winning director a coveted sign-off from the group's selective label Apple Corps. There hasn't been an enterprise like this before, and you can't think about it in traditional releasing terms. So, yeah.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts
Wow.
Club Band.
No, they're gonna be working on this movie for a while. Obviously, they got to make a lot of movies, and then we'll be able to watch it in
2028
in 3 years.
Yeah. Robbie fell for a April Fool's joke today that Abbey Road was moving.
What?
They were like going to pick up the road and move it?
Just like move the sign?
I don't know. I mean, it barely has a sign.
Picking it up.
And if you go to Abbey Road, there's not.
But you didn't go to the gift shop, right?
No,
because that is
Yeah, but it's like
it is funny though when people
show up and they're like,
but it's like, what were you expecting?
Yeah, no.
It's just a crosswalk.
I had that when we went this in December, and my sister-in-law was like,
"Wait, did I ever show you?"
She was like so baffled, and I was like, well, what were you expecting?
So it's just
she was like, I don't know, like a big welcome sign, welcome to Abbey Road, something. And I was like, I do feel you there. Like there is no like.
Did I ever show you when I walked and I dressed fully as John Lennon? I showed you. I'm proud of that.
Yes.
Multiple
times.
We've seen
All white.
More than once. We've definitely seen
Sure?
it. Yes.
Yeah. We've seen it. We've seen it. No, but there's no like big sign that says like Abbey Road. You know, it's literally just straight.
Just a normal street sign.
I don't know how Robbie fell for something like that quick this morning.
No, you can't be having. No, they're not picking up the road.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. 3 years from now, awesome. So we have something to look forward to in April 2028.
We do.
Yes, we do.
We do.
All right, that wraps up the topics.
Living that busy lifestyle, you're running around, you're at work, you're doing your errands, you're doing all your outside activities, you are busy, maybe you're in school, like you just have so much going on. You have to give yourself time to recover and really enjoy those moments when you can rest and recover. Well, the amenities in the Planet Fitness Black Card Spa can help you with that. They have massage chairs. They have the hydro massage bed. You can visit any of Planet Fitness's 2,700 plus locations. You can bring a friend anytime, but you really should get to rebound and recover with the Planet Fitness Black Card Spa. You get your first month free when you join online for $1 down, $24.99 a month. You can cancel anytime using the code RR2025. This offer expires on April 8th this year. But, you want to be able to relax, have a nice trip, sit in those massage chairs, enjoy all the amenities in the Planet Fitness Black Card Spa. If you haven't, you can check that out. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app.
Welcome back to the Pop Corner. We're going to be taking your voicemails, your hot takes, your questions, whatever you want to talk about it. All right, let's get into it. Starting off with the first voicemail.
Hi, Lee and Fran. Huge fan of you guys. I'm so happy for everything you guys have done. And for Jonas Con last weekend, that was so awesome. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
This is not pop culture, but Noah threw in a few weeks ago a dating advice question, so I figured I'd maybe shoot my shot here and see if he posted. So basically, I've gone through a breakup recently. It was with a guy that I was with for about 6 years, and very recently, one of my friends sent me a screenshot because she had seen his dating profile. And on his dating profile was a picture of the two of us. Not just any picture of the two of us, but a couple's picture. We were clearly at a wedding, with each other, and it's now on his dating profile, which I immediately thought was, very weird. And I was uncomfortable with, but I've kind of asked a few people, and I don't know, everyone has a different opinion on it, but thought I'd throw it out to see what you guys think about it. And yeah, can't wait to see you guys in Tampa next week, and love you guys so much.
Oh my God, he must think he looks so good in the picture that he had to put it on his dating profile. He must think, God, I know this picture's with my ex, but I look so fucking good at this wedding. I need it to be on here. What's he going to do? Tell people it's his sister?
I mean, I don't know what the different opinions could be besides that's insane.
Yeah.
How could anybody have a different opinion than that's really weird and that shouldn't 100%. Be on his profile?
I feel like that
100%.
hurts your chances on a dating profile to have a picture with a girl
that you
look like you're in a relationship.
So he must be saying that's my cousin. It was a family wedding.
I mean, what? That's psychotic. No, that's weird. That I can confirm. I think that's bizarre.
I agree.
And anybody who's trying to tell you otherwise, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to not hurt your feelings and trying to make you feel better about the whole thing. But that is weird, and you should be really happy you guys broke up if that's the kind of behavior.
And 6 years is a long time to throw.
Yes,
to throw that photo on. Stab in the heart and take that fucking picture off.
And then if he were to date somebody else and start dating them seriously and they say, oh, do you have any exes? Is he just going to neglect the fact that he dated you for 6 years?
Yeah.
6 years is a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn,
that's strange.
I really am laughing though at the fact that he must he must be there's no other explanation. He must be and I look so good in this photo.
You know what would be hilarious if she sent it to him and was like, why is this on your dating profile? And he was like, I just look too damn good.
I look too good. Too fucking good. Ladies need to see me in a tux.
Damn, that's strange. All right,
that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Next bizarre question. For sure. He should take that down.
For sure. You are right in thinking that is weird.
Yep.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Agreed.
Hi, this is Liz from Staten Island, New York. My hot take, I hope that I'm not the only one on this one, but Dakota Johnson needs to stop making movies. Please, please, Dakota. You're a really nice girl, really beautiful, but you cannot act. And on top of that, you just talk about every project that you are in. So who wants to work with someone like that? Just go away, girl. You will be happy. All of us will be happy. That's it. Have a nice day.
Wow. She has something against Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, she's really got something against
Did
Dakota
Johnson do something personally to her?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Dakota Johnson in much. I won't lie.
She doesn't even act that much anymore.
She was 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God. My brain really I just had one of maybe.
What were you thinking?
The whole time I was thinking of Dakota Fanning.
Oh.
She was saying Dakota Johnson and my brain went to Dakota Fanning.
Let me tell you, I would have a much more react. Dakota Fanning's a phenomenal actress.
If anyone hated Dakota Fanning, that'd be what?
No, but Dakota Johnson too, is she a bad actress?
What she also alluded to was kind of after she does movies, kind of shitting on the movie. It was only that one movie, the Web movie.
Well, Madam Web,
everyone hated that.
An absolute disaster.
Has she done it other times? I don't know, where she shits on a movie that she's
No,
in.
I don't think so.
Was Dakota Johnson the girl on the train?
No,
it was Emily Blunt.
That's Emily Blunt. No, Dakota, and I think Dakota Johnson's in that new movie with it's not out yet, but Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah. It's Pedro and who?
And Chris Evans.
It's like a thruple. type.
Yeah. It's like, it seems...
the trailer came out, yeah.
Yeah, the premise was like she meets Pedro Pascal's like new relationship.
He's like a
Chris
rich
Evans
guy.
is like the guy from her past.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe. The trailer looks really good. I don't mind Dakota Johnson. There's certainly some roles that I'm like, that wasn't spectacular.
Right. This was a hot take coming in.
Yeah.
Because it felt like her life would be made better if Dakota Johnson would stop
But she also made
acting.
it seem like Dakota's life would be better too.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, girl, give it a rest. Me and you
She's
both.
like, hang it up, sister.
I'll always
I'm
respect
just looking out for you.
Dakota for when she stood up to Ellen.
True.
Remember that?
Right.
Yep.
Never forget.
100%.
That
100%.
All right, moving on.
Hi, ladies and Noah. This is Jamie from Long Island, and I have a very important TV mashup question for you. I want to know if you could do one crossover episode between any Disney Channel TV show and one prestige TV drama. What would it be? I'm thinking Zach and Cody on the board in Succession, or Raven Simone has a bad premonition about a drug deal gone wrong in The Sopranos. I know you two ladies can come up with something crazy. So if there could be any crossover series, what would you want to watch? Thank you. Bye.
This is a good question.
Yeah.
I would say first thing that, and we can go for a long time with this, I feel. Hannah Montana at the White Lotus.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
that's a good one. That's a
there's
really good one.
There's always some sort of celebrity involved.
Yeah.
And you know, and people are confused at the resort because they see Miley, but then they see Hannah and they think she's two different people at the resort.
Drake and Josh on the bear.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
They're just like, are they working at the bear? Or are they like customers?
No, I think they're
in the
working.
restaurant?
I think they're working. Like,
yes, that could really
Give
good
me
banter.
headaches.
Yes,
Yeah.
really good banter in the kitchen with that one.
Yep. Totally. Unfabulous on Daisy Jones and the Six. No, that's because that show is in my mind. I'm trying to think of, or even like long-standing ones. Throwing iCarly on Grey's Anatomy.
I was going to say Zoe 101 on Grey's Anatomy with her key, something she accidentally eats her key.
Right.
The key around her neck.
Right. They're like, it's a, there's some sort of disaster that happens. Maybe a school trip to Seattle gone wrong. And they all end up at Grey Sloan.
Right. Oh my gosh, what a disaster.
Yeah.
I'm really stuck on Hannah Montana at the White Lotus.
No, that's a really good one.
I do like the idea of Zach and Cody being somewhere together.
Yeah. But here's the
Zach and Cody get mixed up with Tony and Christopher.
Yeah.
Zach and Cody, you could really throw them on anything, I think.
But like this is like down the line. Now Cody's like has a nice job somewhere, at a finance job, but Zach went down the wrong path and he's like in The Sopranos.
Yeah, or like one of them's dating Meadow.
Yeah.
Right.
Zach or Cody's dating Meadow. And they're doing a twin switch on her at college.
So Cody decided to get severed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, severance? That would be unreal.
Damn.
And then like he like comes out and like he's so confused about his twin. Like they look the same.
Yep.
They send their
There's
twin
a whole,
in.
you could have a whole funky aspect to Severance with twins.
Wow.
Raven's on Big Little Lies. She's psychic. She can already see what's going to happen. Damn.
Raven on the White Lotus, really.
Yeah. You know? Oh, wow.
She's like,
oh my
God. Some bad shit's about to go down in this hotel.
And it starts, literally the scene starts off. Yeah. That's how we find out someone's killed, is Raven having a vision
Raven
on the White Lotus.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yep. That's genius.
That is good.
By the way, someone just sent me the White Lotus is an hour and a half on Sunday.
I was like,
it has to be. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good question. All right, let's do one more.
Hi, ladies. My name is Amanda. I'm calling from Richmond. I have a just hot take, not like a pop culture hot take, but like, what is this tape that people are putting over their mouths to sleep?
Mouth tape.
I don't know who invented it, and I don't know why it's happening, but I don't know who wants to go to bed suffocating. I just want to know your opinions on this. And maybe I'm wrong and maybe it actually does help, but I just have seen a lot of videos of a Get Ready With Me and people taking duct tape off their mouth, and it just feels weird.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, it objectively does look really weird. I don't do it, but I know a lot of people that do, and I will advocate for mouth tape. People fucking love it, and it actually like Joe will use it some nights. He wakes up and he has like the best night's sleep.
It wasn't until I saw your brother post this morning.
Yeah, my brother's hyping up the mouth tape right now as well.
That I ever even gave it a second thought.
Yeah.
He's the first one in my life that I know actually, that I've seen influencers use it, but actually use mouth tape and post that he had the best night's sleep.
Yeah.
And
my brother-in-law uses it. Joe uses it sometimes.
Should I give this a spin?
But like, say like you're a little congested, like.
No, but that's the point. It helps.
But I just like, I feel like I can't breathe. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I have that problem. I'm just constantly congested anyway because of my allergies. But on the nights when I'm like slightly less congested and I can actually fall asleep and I can feel that I'm not mouth breathing halfway through the night. I do, even just that alone, I get a better night's sleep. Mm-hmm. Because on the nights when I wake up in the morning and I've got like that gross feeling in my mouth because I know I've been sleeping with my mouth wide open all night long. And it's also really good for your like mouth health, mouth hygiene, because you're not like.
I think
like
mainly people
closes it all up.
Are doing it because people say it makes your jawline more defined.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they say that. I know it sounds silly, but I think
that's gotta be honest. That's the only why I thought about it.
That's the only reason why I
thought about it.
No, you're really supposed to be breathing through your nose.
No, I know. But you know what I actually want to try?
So sleeping, you should be breathing through your nose.
I do think I breathe through my nose, though. I don't wake up often with my mouth open.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, though. Sometimes.
Some people are fine with it. Like, I know that it would help me a lot.
The new rave, which Jeff Lowe really brought to my attention. Did you see his video about it? He was like, this is not an ad. I just need to, I want people to know because it's changed my life. It's like a magnet you put on your nose.
Yeah. I have seen that.
You put like two sticky things with a magnet on your nose and you put one thing and it opens up your nostrils to the point where I don't think he was overdoing it, where he's like, I can breathe. He's like, I can breathe colors.
Wow.
It's like you can breathe. You didn't think you could ever.
I'm in on that. That's probably what I should try.
That I'm like, I kind of want to try that. It looks good.
Opening up your nostrils so that.
I've seen so many TikToks of people doing that of guys breathing normally and then they put it on and then they're like, they get this rush of air. They're like, holy shit, their life has changed. But
damn, that is something I would be interested in.
Don't knock mouth tape until you try it, I think. It's really...
There's clearly a reason people are hyping it up.
Yep.
If people love it that much.
Yeah, and if you feel like you already are a pretty peaceful sleeper, you don't need to change anything. But for the people that struggle with maybe their breathing while they're sleeping, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's a great point. All right, that wraps up the Pop Corner. Don't be afraid to call in and ask us questions. We'll post the number on Chicks in the Office. So call in and we'll be answering your questions every week on the Pop Corner on Wednesday.
See you guys in Florida.
Yeah. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. We will see you in Florida. We hope to see you there. Rumhaven, Tampa, 511 Franklin, the Shorely on Friday in Fort Lauderdale. We love you guys so very much. Thank you for supporting and watching the best show on earth. Love you guys.